Can I come in?
Yes, please.
Yes, come.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening.
How are you?
I'm fine, sir.
Please be seated.
Thank you.
Remove your mask
Thank you, sir.
and now introduce yourself.
Sir, my code is 027.
027?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I have finished my graduation in medical sciences,
Okay.
and currently I work voluntarily as a blood bank officer in blood donation camps.
I'm not getting you.
There's a blood bank locally where I live, so I'm affiliated with them. I go to the blood donation camp
Okay.
as a blood bank officer, sir.
Okay. Right. Since how long you are doing this?
Since around, sir, 2 years.
2 years. Okay. What are your areas of hobbies?
Sir, I like to read, specifically fictional books in English.
Mm-hmm. Which book you have read last?
Sir, since I started preparing for UPSC and GPSC, I have started trying to broaden my horizon. So the last one I read is a self-help book by the name of Ikigai.
Okay. Who wrote it?
Sir, Hector Garcia.
Okay. So why not the noble profession and civil services?
Sir, I believe they both are noble professions.
Yeah.
They're both service-oriented, and I feel that including medicine, which was my interest, that is the reason I graduated, administration is also one of my interests. And I feel that I'll be better able to serve the
What
society.
lacunas have you found in the administration of your field?
So the basic
Because
would be...
there are so many problems.
Yes, sir. The basic would, I think, would start from the infrastructure, the availability of medicines, beds, instruments, everything. And along with that, there's one more thing that which I personally feel is that when a doctor is posted in PHCs, they don't just have to do the medical work, they also have to do some part of administrative work as well, which in a way leaves them less time for their patients.
That's why your interest changed.
Not really, sir. I had to go to PHC for a very less time, but I do know that if a doctor in a position of administration is present, then they'll be better able to serve the society. They'll not be just a doctor for one person who comes to the hospital for treatment. They'll be able to become a doctor
But
for
then
the society.
tell me,
Yes,
Miss,
sir.
the people who are running the administration of so far as the hospitals and PHCs and CHCs are concerned,
Yes, sir.
all of them are specialized people
Yes,
over
sir.
there in the administration also.
Uh,
Then why this happens? They could have, put the enough machinery, enough equipments, enough staff, enough medicines. Not happening.
So, if you look at a hospital, a government hospital, the medical superintendent in most of the cases would be a doctor who is a specialist in either like medicine or surgery or something of that sort. What happens is that they don't have a particular interest in administration, and that reflects in the administration of the hospital as well. They try to do as much as they can, but they do also have to look after their own patients, which divides their time, sir.
Where did you study?
Sir, GMERS Valsad.
Valsad.
Yes.
Okay. How could you manage your Gujarati paper?
Good. I hope so, at least.
You have managed it?
Yes, sir.
Hmm?
I managed to finish it.
Your mother tongue is Gujarati or?
Yes, sir.
Gujarati?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How long you waited for interview?
Sir, 2.5 hours.
What was the feelings?
Honestly, sir, I was a little tired. And apart from that, I thought I'll read something, but then I was not.
You are a reader,
Yeah.
as such you told me.
Yes, sir.
There is a one famous novel titled Waiting for the Godot.
Okay, I have not read it, sir. Sorry.
Have you heard about?
No, sir.
Okay. So, what are your preferences?
Sir, Deputy Collector would be the first preference, and Dy.SP would be the second.
Why first Deputy Collector?
So I feel that I maybe be able to do a better job in being a DC than a Dy.SP.
How?
Sir, I think that being a DC would not specify me just to the police work, but would give me a wider area of working and would allow me to better implement the government's policies.
What do you know the word subdivisional magistrate?
Second,
Subdivisional
yes, sir.
magistrate
No, but I did not get your question.
means what? What do you
Okay,
mean?
okay. Sorry. From what I know, the subdivisional magistrate is when you're posted in a taluka of a district. That is the post you get, and your job, I think, gives you a little bit more freedom when you're posted as a SDM. You get to different like.
Who can be posted there?
So I think it's the same thing. The DC and the SDM would be at the same level.
Then there is a post executive magistrate also.
Yes, sir, but I'm not very sure
You
about
know,
it.
have you ever been to any government office?
Not really, sir.
Not yet.
No.
But you were in the government medical college.
Yes, sir.
So itself is a office. The principal's office of your college
Yes, sir.
itself is a government office.
Yes, sir. That way, yes.
So some necessary notices has to be put on the before the main portion of the office. Have you observed any?
Sir, if I'm being frank, my college was not constructed when I got admission. Mine was the first batch in that college. So we did not actually have an
Then how
office
did you
office.
study?
We were put in the nursing
Some other
college.
some other college.
Yes, sir.
But that nursing college would
No, it was just a building of the nursing college. It was not actually a working nursing college. Just the
no
building.
problem. But that building itself
Yeah, so they would
was a
have,
government one.
Yes, sir.
I wanted to ask you the prima facie the instructions of the government regarding some public interests.
Okay.
They have to put it in black and white as a notice board. Have you observed any?
Sir, for us in medical college, I think the first most obvious one would be the anti-ragging notice.
Right.
And apart from that, not that I remember, sir.
Okay. As a lady Dy.SP, what are your priorities?
Sir, I think that being a female, I'll be better able to connect to the females in the area I have been posted in. They would feel more comfortable talking to me. So citizen engagement, especially females, would be my first priorities. Moreover, I would also like to work in the field of trying to at least control alcoholism and drug, and as a result, the domestic abuse and
To stop alcoholism, who is empowered to do this?
not the Dy.SP that I know of, sir.
Hmm?
It's not the Dy.SP that I do know.
Then
I'm not very sure though.
is the alcohol is not used in Gujarat right now?
Officially,
Officially
no, sir.
not used,
No, sir.
and unofficially used,
Yes, sir. We do get patients
particularly in your area as
Yes, sir.
such.
because
Which
of proximity to Daman.
and your medical stores also involved in this. Do you know?
Not that I'm aware, sir.
They sell spirit.
Yes, sir. That they do.
Spirit is what?
That is alcohol, but not for consumption. Though people do consume it, but not for officially for consumption.
Who is your role model other than Kiran Bedi in police department?
Sir, I don't have a single one. There are a lot of people from whom I learn a lot of things. I think starting from Gandhiji, who taught us the values of truth, non-violence, to Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, who taught us perseverance and how to work so hard for a country with limited amount of resources.
Have you ever been to Sabarmati Ashram or Gujarat Vidyapith or Kirti Mandir or Dandi?
I have been to Sabarmati Ashram when I was young. And
Do you know 11 virtues of Gandhiji?
no.
It was written. It is written everywhere. Where Gandhi had gone.
No, sir. It was when I was in school, so school visit.
Okay.
Blood bank.
Yes, sir.
What activity you did?
So basically, what I do is I go with them for the blood donation camps. There I work as a blood bank officer. So my basic job would be to take the history of the person. There are very specified criteria for somebody who can and who cannot donate. So that is my job to check whether he can.
Is there any illegal activities are going on in this blood bank circulation?
Not that I'm aware of, sir. At least not where I'm working.
But if there is a one syndicate type activities are going on, then what type of steps you would like to take?
Sir, I believe that being related to the medical field, even blood banks, syndicate activities is something that is not should not be allowed. If I do have some actual evidence or at least some I think hearsay evidence at least, then I would like to do my best to stop it. We can talk to the owner or the NGO where
Being
it
a
is.
medical science student,
Yes, sir.
you heard about the Aruna Shanbag case?
I think so, but I'm not very.
She was a nurse.
No, sir. Then I'm not aware.
What is euthanasia?
Yes, sir. Euthanasia is basically something that is known in layman language as mercy killing. What the process is basically that somebody who's suffering from a disease for a very long time, we medically help that person to die. So
How many types of?
Sir, active and passive.
What is the procedure in India to give a mercy killing?
Sir, basically it is not, the government does not allow it. Mercy
Are you
killing.
sure?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Types?
Active and passive, sir.
What is the procedure of it?
Okay, so in passive euthanasia, what we do is that we do not give them some life-saving drugs which should be given to them, and then they die on their own.
One drugs is famous to give an active euthanasia.
Yes, sir. KCL.
Anything else?
Um,
The word starts from the L.
no, sir. I'm
Okay.
KCL.
One officer is higher than you. Means one officer is collector
Okay, sir.
and you are selected as the deputy collector.
Yes, sir.
A collector is a news for his misbehaving with the girl,
Okay.
as like the illegal talks and other things.
Okay, sir.
But he is a news. How you behave with him?
Sir, my first step would be to keep my distance as long as possible and avoid being in like confined spaces with him. If it does come out to some situation where I have to be with him, then I would ensure that at least somebody knows where I am.
He is calling you
Okay.
after finishing the job.
Okay.
Then how you can make a distance?
Sir, see, if it is not something that is work related, it is easier to decline. And if it is work related, I would try and encourage that it can be done in working hours.
Okay. How you can use your medical science knowledge in administration?
Sir, I think that the medical science, which the horizon which I have because
Medical
of
is a science.
yes, sir.
Public administration is also science.
In a way, yes, sir.
How?
Sir, in both the cases, you have to have engagement with people. You have to understand what the problems they are facing, and how you can try to solve those problems. And either way, it is necessary for you to understand the process, how to go about it.
What are the rights of women in Indian Constitution?
So starting from affirmative action because of the rights and the affirmative actions we do have, and then we also have equal pay for equal work, though it is in Dy.SP, but apart from that we also get rights regarding our culture, but they are not very women specific, I think.
Fiction movie. You told
Harry
me.
Potter.
Harry Potter.
Yeah.
What is famous about it?
Sir, it is apart from being one of the books I love. The famous thing is the grand sets and the magic and the way it gives you an insight into a different world, maybe an escape from what you have in the real
Count
life.
3 characters of Harry Potter
Sir Harry Potter himself, Hermione Granger, then Ron Weasley.
with his original name.
Of the characters they play,
Yes.
yes. Daniel Radcliffe,
Yes.
Hermione Granger, and I know the name, but I cannot remember it right now.
Okay. Anything?
Sorry.
Anything else you have idea about the Harry Potter?
So it is written by J.K. Rowling. It is like the books from which the movies have been adapted have been made into 7 books. Like the 7th one is made into movie in 2 parts, and it's actually a fantasy.
One special thing
Yes, sir.
about the whole series. One most important thing. I am also a fan of Harry Potter.
Okay. That would be, I think, the fight against the right and the wrong, in a way.
It's okay.
Okay.
Which is favorite movie other than Harry Potter series?
I don't watch many movies, sir. Sorry.
Any?
Okay. I liked Chuck the India movie.
Which character you would love to play?
The coach, definitely.
Ikigai.
Yes, sir.
What's the philosophy?
So it is based on a Japanese philosophy wherein what they propose is that everybody has a reason for living. That is the reason for being. The reason that pushes them out of the bed every morning to do something. So basically, the authors, there are 2 actually, Hector Garcia and Francesc Millers. What they've done is they have gone to a place in Japan which has the most number of people who are over 100 of age, and there they try to find out why people there live so long.
Okay.
And from while doing the research, they find out that all of them do something that they love. So there are 2-3 lessons that the book gives. One of them is a healthy diet. Second is exercise, and the third is that you live longer if you find something that you actually love doing.
Don't you think you love medical profession, you love serving people, and you are deviating from it? You are messing with your Ikigai.
I don't think so, sir. I feel that I love serving people, and administration is going to give me a way to that.
Okay. We want to promote organ donation,
Yes, sir.
and we have gathered, it's a community program. You are invited as a medical officer, plus you might be selected as DC also.
Okay.
So you have a history of MBBS, and then you are deputy collector. Deliver a speech in 1 minute. You can think, take a pause.
Okay.
You want to convince us or the community leaders towards organ donation.
Okay. Can I build a base for it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So if I'm actually going to speak, then my first preference would be to have people who have received organs from people as an example, and it would be more preferable if I could find all the people who have received organs from just one person, if possible. I always believe that people work better when they see results. So if they can see that one person's life can save so many lives, I think that will be a better way to convince them. And I would also like to promote the people who have already had organ donations, the donors, their families, to try and connect with the people who already are brain dead or on ventilators, so that they can convince that the others how the joy of donating organs.
Give me certain facts around organ donation, like one donor can save how many lives? What is number of donations we are receiving, like organs we are receiving every year, and what are the bottlenecks?
Okay. So the first question that you said, I think from one person you can at least save 6 lives, starting from your kidneys to your liver, cornea, skin. All of that can be donated. About the number of organ donations, I'm really sorry, sir, but I don't know
Okay,
the
if
specific
someone
number.
is suffering from chronic disease, still they can donate?
That depends on the viability of the organ that which they want to donate. Like
Okay.
if a person has issue with lungs, but if his liver is working fine, then I don't think there's any problem with donating that.
What are your core values?
Uh, that would be, sir, self-discipline and hard work and determination.
Uh, when you have compromised with your ethics or basic ethos, ever?
During internships, sir, we do have to sometimes do things that we would not very well like to. Like sometimes we do have to turn patients away, and because we are incapable of handling them there, and then sometimes they pass away on the way to another hospital, sir.
What do you feel bad about our, country in terms of socio-economic condition or basically the social issues?
So for me, I think women issues would be on the top, because being a female, I do feel that they do face discrimination.
Okay. What is one law you would prefer to change or malpractices in terms of women, police, and judiciary you would prefer to change, which is still a practice?
Nothing specific, sir. Sorry.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
There is one lady DGP in Gujarat
Okay, sir.
who is MBBS.
Okay.
You know her?
No, sir. Sorry.
Did you heard about the lethal injection?
Yes, sir. But I'm not very sure about the drug. I think that was what you were asking me.
Yes.
Yeah, but I could not remember the drug.
Okay. But is the approval for the active euthanasia?
Okay, I was not aware of
તમે
that.
માનો
Sorry.
છો કે તમારું બ્રેન ડ્રેન થઈ રહ્યું છે?
Your interview still?
No, it is on. Last question.
ઓકે સર એટલે હું મેડિસિનમાંથી એડમિનિસ્ટ્રેશનમાં જો એ આસ્પેક્ટમાં તમે કહો છો સર ના સર હું એવું માનું છું કે જે અમે શીખ્યા છે એ કદાચ મેડિસિનમાં હું જેટલું યુટિલાઇઝ કરી શકીશ એના કરતાં વધારે હું એડમિનિસ્ટ્રેશનમાં લોકોની મદદ કરી શકીશ.
મેડિકલનું જ્ઞાન કેવી રીતે ઉપયોગમાં આવશે? તમારે તો ત્યાં પ્રેક્ટિસ તો કરવાની નથી ક્યાંય.
પણ સર જે બેઝિક જે તમને ખબર છે એ તો તમારે કશેક ને કશે કામ લાગે જ છે.
તમે કીધું પેશન્સની વાત કરી. ઓફકોર્સ વિથ ડ્યુ રિસ્પેક્ટ આઈ હેવ ટુ સે કે કોરોના દરમિયાન તમારા ક્ષેત્રના લોકોએ ખૂબ પેશન્સ દર્શાવી, ખૂબ સેવા કરી લોકોની. બટ અધર દેન ધેટ કોરોનાના 2-2.5 વર્ષને ભૂલી જઈએ તો મોટાભાગે ફરિયાદો જ હોય છે તમારા લોકોની સામે.
વેરી ટ્રુ સર.
હા,
આઈ એગ્રી વિથ યુ ઓન ધેટ.
હા, તો પછી કેવી રીતે તમારો પેશન્સ જેવું માની લેવું જોઈએ?
If I ask, if I conduct a survey,
Yes, sir.
pan-India basis, and I give choice to people that who has impacted your life most, and I give professions, a lawyer, a doctor, a police, IS, what would be their preference number one?
For people, sir, I think it would be a doctor. Even I agree to that. There's no doubt on that.
Okay. Over.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
See, you have to learn how to wait. It's a general phenomenon.
Yes, sir.
Waiting is a general phenomenon. You have to wait for a day, whole day over there. Right? They may also ask if you say reading is your hobby, other than J.K. Rowling, who is the most read lady author. You must go through,
Yes, sir.
right? Or otherwise, your show was good, not that much extraordinary.
Okay, sir.
You need to, Have you gone through the hierarchy of revenue department, police department?
I have tried to.
Huh?
I have tried to, but I'm not very good at remembering it. I
You must,
understand. Yeah.
you
Yes,
must,
sir.
you must.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Otherwise, it is okay. Huh? Merely 57 to 58 marks
Okay,
interview for today.
Okay,
So
sir.
far, so now.
Okay, sir.
Okay. If you want to ask anything, you can.
So, is there anything specific that you would like me to work on?
You should read the active and passive euthanasia
Yes,
procedure.
sir. Okay, sir.
And
Definitely.
You should know about the Aruna Shanbhag.
I am not very actually good with names, so I
Very
could not
famous
remember it.
case, very famous one.
Yeah.
It is related with the medical science.
I
and
will
it
definitely,
already describe the definition of euthanasia.
So learn few cases.
Your eye contact was very good, I tell you. It was very good.
And your facial expression is also very nice.
Thank you, sir.
Means you just search on Google
Okay, sir.
Aruna Shanbhag and read it.
Definitely, sir.
And what the information you served us about the active and passive is not relevant.
Okay.
The passive euthanasia is allowed in India,
Okay, sir. I'll definitely work on that.
but with some rules and regulations.
Okay.
So once you give an answer about it in the original panel,
એક સર્ચ કરીને જેટલા MBBS પોલીસ
કેસ
ઓફિસરો
હોય
છે
ને એ
ને,
બધા જોઈ લેજો.
Okay, sir.
અથવા IASઓ છે જેટલા જેમણે MBBS કે PG કરીને પછી આમાં આવ્યા હોય એ લોકોની પ્રોફાઇલ જોવાની કોશિશ કરજો.
Definitely, sir.
That will help you.
Okay, sir.
One name I can give like. We have IPS in Viramgam.
આ છે ને DGP છે મેડમ આપણા ડૉક્ટર નિર્જા ગોટરુ રાવ.
Okay.
She is medical by profession
Okay, sir.
અને અત્યારે DG છે હોમગાર્ડ્સમાં.
Okay, sir.
There are 5-6 DGs, huh? Don't be in the impression that there must be a one DG only.
Yes, sir.
Huh? Okay.
Okay,
Means
other
about
than
your-
your interview,
Sir, I think I will.
Never say I am tired, huh?
Huh?
Never say I
Okay,
am
sir.
tired.
Definitely.
Yeah.
what is motivating you other than what you said in interviews, you know?
So, being a civil servant has always been what I have wanted to do. So, I don't need
You
any.
know, but this country needs more of a doctor than a civil servant. There are lots of people who are aspiring to be civil servant.
So, I agree
It
with
takes
you
a
on
lot
that.
to be a
Yes,
doctor.
sir. I agree with you. But then at the same time, there is a problem of, as I mentioned, brain drain, not because of me going into administration, but because of people preferring to work in other countries. So that is also one of the reasons that we do have less doctors than necessary.
When your ikigai would come, listen to your heart and go back to people.
One IG is there also, Dr. Sanjay Gadwi.
Okay.
He did MD gyno. He is MD gynecologist.
Okay. Like the city I live in, અમારે ત્યાં Dy.SP પણ એક છે.
Dr. Radip Singh.
નહીં સર, હું વડોદરાથી છું.
તો વડોદરા રહો છો?
હા, તો DCP છે અમારા ડૉક્ટર કરણરાજ વાઘેલા.
હા, ખરા. છે ઘણા બધા લોકો છે. તમારી પાસે એક લોજિકલ સપોર્ટ છે. તમે કહી શકો કે આ બધા આવે જ છે સર. And they are doing well.
Definitely.
But still, go and serve people.
Yes, sir. That's the intention.
Either ways.
All the best.
Thank you so much, sir.